Hi guys, how you guys doing? Do you know what? Let me get a bit closer. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is better. How's everyone doing? Black people especially, how you doing? It has been a rough couple of months. You know what? It's been a rough couple of centuries for us. Let's be honest. But you know, with the recent Black Lives Matter protests going on, it has opened a new wave of dialogue and conversation around racism. There's a lot of talk going on. A lot of people are getting involved in the debates, which is great. I'm loving it, it's great. But I just want to say one thing to Black people. Please stop explaining to racists. Stop explaining to racists. I'll explain to you what I mean. I've seen online a lot of people have taken this burden of quote unquote educating, you know, racists. Okay, let me show you what is anti-racist and why your behavior is racist, because we make this assumption that they are not aware of their behavior, and I don't know why we do that. Do you think that the oppressor is not aware that they're being oppressive and they need you, the person who they're oppressing, to tell them this is oppressive and this is, let me educate you? Stop doing that. They are aware. For example, the All Lives Matter madness. I see a lot of people regurgitating, we didn't say that just Black Lives Matter, we're saying because, then they give all of these different explanations. If you're in a restaurant and you want food, all these great explanations to explain to the All Lives Matter crew why that statement is insane. I refuse to do that because they are aware. I believe you are aware. You're not going to waste my time and make me waste my brain and stress myself explaining to you why that statement is insane, because you know it's insane. That's why you're saying it, to antagonize us. Again, I saw another an image on of the Black Lives Matter protests in Canada, and it was an image of a white man in full blackface, obviously, and he was there and he looked so smug, and in a moment I was like, you low vibrational beings. Like, now imagine we now leave what we're doing and go, let me explain to you, this is racist. You know blackface is racist because educate yourself the history. Do you think he's not aware? That is the reason he came up to the protest in blackface, because he wants to antagonize us. This is what racists do. Racists are low vibrational beings. They come on purpose to distract us. I just call them just white noise, just in our ear talking rubbish. And instead of us to focus, we now lose track saying, no, what you're saying is bad. Let me explain to you. Or like, let me show you that not all black people are like that. They don't understand. What do you mean they don't know? They do understand, because they don't apply that same notion to themselves. They do it to us on purpose because they know that all we care about is the white validation. We're going to spend so long explaining to them, please, not all black people. I will never say that to you. If you are that ignorant person, like for example, there was another video I saw going viral, and someone was like, oh, it was black boys fighting, and she was like, oh no, you know, they're going to see that, and the racist that is just going to give them something else to say about us. And I said, you know what? It's such a shame. That's the wrong mentality to have. If you see a video, right, of a group of young black boys fighting, and you decide, you see these black people, you're a racist piece of shit. You don't think straight if you see that video, and that justifies racism to you, that justifies police brutality, that justifies all the injustices that we go through, that justifies this sickening stereotypes that you guys have of us. You're insane. And I will not get into a debate with you. I don't care. Your opinion is not relevant. The conversation is done. We're not on the same wavelength. If a white person says, see that black boy is fighting this person, this is why black people get killed all the time, you're disgusting. You are a racist. You are a racist, and I'm not mincing my words with you. I'm not explaining and going back and forth. If you are that bereft of humanity that you believe that because somebody is fighting, or somebody sags their trousers low, or somebody speaks in a certain type of way, or somebody is whatever, that they deserve to die and we deserve this treatment, you're bereft of humanity. It is not our job to explain to them. So please let us stop explaining to them. And I think a lot of us tend to want to prove to them, no, we're not all like, no. You have to look at the racists as disgusting, low vibrational beings that they are. That's what they are. You need to fall out of this, oh, they're so ignorant, they don't know, we need to educate them. Stop it. Because even as you're educating them, they're not even taking it on board. But, You're not even listening to me. I'm telling you this is racist. And they're going, yeah, but are you sure? Well, then what's the point having this conversation? Do you know what I mean? So that's the one argument. I believe that, you know, they will say they are not aware. I believe that they are aware. So stop explaining to them, you're wasting your time. Or even the Kaepernick situation, the people, you know, that were kneeling and the people were actually going back and forth as to, we are allowed to peacefully protest. Do you think they don't know? This is why they're doing it. They like to be obtuse. They're actually telling you that you're not allowed to kneel down and peacefully protest. And you're sitting here explaining to them why you're allowed. Nah, just kneel down and ignore them. They're stupid. They're doing it on purpose. Of course they're going to say that. That is their job, to just come up and frustrate us with their... And then we start to have intellectual debates on All Lives Matter and whether or not we're allowed to peacefully kneel down. It's a madness. What is that? Is this the society we live in? And I refuse. I'm not doing it. It's not my job. And let's say, which I don't believe, but let's say, okay, fine, these people, when they do racist things, they're not sure, they're not aware of it. If that's the case, cool. Again, black people, it's not your burden. We have been through enough. It's not your responsibility to educate the racist and say, okay, let me tell you, let me devise anti-racism packages for you. Let me show you how to... No. Why is that your burden? It's not your burden. Let me prove they're not all black people. What do you mean not all black people? That's not your... If somebody thinks like that, that's not your responsibility. It's not your burden to come and change their opinion. And a lot of that stems from just our lack of self-worth, you know, and we just want to show that we're good enough. But listen, we're good enough. We need to know we're good enough. Everybody knows we're good enough apart from us. Once we understand that we are good enough, then this our power, we take it back. So guys, anyway, before I go off on a tangent, just stop explaining to racists is my point. Seriously, because they are fully aware and they just do these things. It diverts the topic. Like, I'm not saying not to call them out, call people out. I will call out a racist all day. But I won't, once I hear, but conversation done, I'm not going back and forth with you. And I'm not saying, we didn't say all lives matter. We just want to kneel down and... No, don't say that to them because they know what we're saying. And they're doing it on purpose as the resistance. Anything that threatens white supremacy or white dominance, the hatchback comes up and they're like, no, I don't understand it. All lives matter. What do you mean only black lives matter? And then we waste our time explaining to them like they're not living in the same world as us and they can't actually see. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone says that, if you get into these debates about racism, they're bereft of humanity and the conversation is done. Stop making excuses. I'm tired of the excuses. Stop explaining to them and stop making the excuses for them. Like, I will literally hear, oh, Tess, you know, the old people, they grew up in a different... Shut up. They know that racism is bad because if it was you doing it back to them, they'd say it was terrible. So why do you value yourself so little that you're constantly willing to accept less than? Like, I had a friend, you know, we were friends for a while, and she used the N-word twice. The first time she used the N-word, I thought, okay, she was white, by the way. I thought, let me educate her. Maybe she doesn't know, like, you know, this is ridiculous. And then when she did it again... And she was ill as well. She was ill. She had an illness. She had cancer. And, you know, people said to me, oh, Tess, you know, you shouldn't stop talking to her. And I said, you don't see the way my life is set up. You don't know how I'm set up. You expect me. So I should continue to be friends with this person because they're ill, even though they've shown time and time again, they do not respect me, my race or the struggle. They have no respect for me. But because they're ill, I should put it aside. Oh, Tess, it's not a big deal. She just doesn't understand. She's fully aware. You're aware. Racists are aware. Period. You know what you're doing is wrong and I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. Do you know what I mean? So guys, please, I beg. I love you, black people. You're divine people. You are worthy. You don't need to explain to racists. You don't need to educate the racists. You don't even need to beg them to help you. We don't need to beg them, help me. No, we need to free ourselves. We need actions for ourselves. We need ourselves. We need to remove this myth that we've been taught that we need white validation. We need white help to do anything. We don't. If they want to be involved, cool. But with or without them, we will get freedom. Do you know what I mean? We just need to start to trust ourselves and care about ourselves and have the faith that we put into them, put it into ourselves. But anyways, guys, you had one of my famous rants. Those who have been following me for a while know that I'm really passionate about civil rights. especially black issues, or if you read my book or you follow my blog or on social media, I'm always talking about black issues. I love us more than anything. If there's anything that I have so much pride in, is my blackness and my femininity, my womanhood, being a black woman. And all I want for us is to understand how phenomenal we are and understand our self-worth, so that we can, like Bob Marley said, none but we can free ourselves. You know? So guys, stop explaining to racists, stop making excuses for racists, and stop begging them for help. Stop begging them for help. We don't need their help. We just need to help ourselves. But anyways, rant over, guys. I hope you found this video useful, and I wasn't at you too much. But yeah, bye guys.